Welcome to Public Safety Talk Radio, the podcast for all of our heroes in public safety, including law enforcement professionals, firefighters, EMTs, corrections officers, healthcare workers, and more. The show is produced by the POCUA and is founded upon its Soundness Initiative. This episode is sponsored by the Finest Service Organization, a provider of line-of-duty death loan protection through many of our POCUA institutions. I'm your host for Public Safety Talk Radio, Ken Bader, and this is part 2, covering the remaining interviews that I had the distinct privilege to conduct when I was at the SHOT Show. Again, big thank you to Talus Ridge for having me there and giving me a conduit to meet so many great people. And the one thing, and I may have mentioned this in the last episode, but it bears repeating, the one thing, if I could take just one, and I took many things away from the SHOT Show and all of the terrific connections that I made, but if I had to take just one thing, it is the amazing things that entrepreneurs are doing today for police officers, firefighters, and other public safety professionals out there. I truly believe that it's not politicians, but entrepreneurs, real thought leaders in business and creation these days that are going to solve our problems, especially in the world of law enforcement when it comes to that. So I met so many great people. There's only a few of them that I was able to interview. We had a few last week. I'm going to go through the remainder of them this week for the part 2 of my interviews from the SHOT Show. But I want to make sure to lead off with a really intriguing entrepreneur. Her name is Julie Willis, and I alluded to this in the end, I believe, of the last episode of Public Safety Talk Radio, where she's got an amazing idea for females that conceal and carry, for women that are law enforcement professionals, Secret Service, and so forth, that need to be able to carry in a purse and be able to get to their firearm quickly when they need it. So this is Julie Willis from a great company called Zendira. I have another great entrepreneur with me. Her name is Julie Willis, and I already forgot the damn name because I was thinking of the other. No, Zendira. Alzheimer's hasn't quite set in yet. I did eventually remember. So it's Julie Willis from Zendira. Julie, welcome.
Thank you very much, Ken. Yes, I appreciate, the opportunity to come here and chat with everybody. So, thank you.
Well, I appreciate that you're actually laughing at my stupid jokes.
It's a lot of coffee.
Yeah, it takes something to have to deal with me. Ask my wife. Well, I love talking to entrepreneurs. You have an awesome product. I understand you create purses for women that conceal and carry. So tell us more about that.
Yeah, there's 2 things to know about these bags. Number one, they're designed for the women who have to do other things than just carry, like laptops and other pieces of your actual life. The other thing is it's patent pending for 2 reasons. Number one, there is no Velcro. I know. Number 2, there's a magnet closure, so no zippers, except for, the top one. But that way you're not slowed down by a zipper that might jam or catch or just take too long. Like if I have to get into my bag to grab that carry, yesterday is probably when I wanted to pull it out.
Yeah.
I'm not waiting for a zipper.
It reminds me of a stupid story when I was a child out camping with my parents, and my dad obviously carried a firearm, and and his friend asked, "Do you keep it loaded in the tent?" No, I have the ammo all the way on the other side of the tent, and when they're cutting through the side, I say, wait, I gotta load my firearm.
Give me a second, come on. Someone was saying it takes 7 seconds to open like a traditional concealed carry with a zipper and get in and pull it, and I'm like, can you imagine someone saying, excuse me, like it's gonna I need 7 more seconds.
Yeah.
Actually not.
Well, people have won sporting events in 7 seconds or less, so a lot can be done in 7 seconds. So obviously you conceal and carry, maybe not here, maybe I don't want to know, I don't know. But, so you came up with this idea. How did this come to you? Did it come to you in a dream, or did you think, all right, there's got to be a better way to be able to carry my firearm? How did this come to you?
Well, those were the words. It was, there must be a better way. Living in Austin, I moved down there with Army Futures Command. I was a contractor with them, and so I was thinking about soldier first, warfighter first, like how do they actually move? How do they get what they need out of all of their gear? And then I was at a dinner party, and my friends were complaining about concealed carry handbags, and I was like, there must be a better way. Turns out there is. And I talked to a lot of my friends in the intelligence community and special forces community, and they were like, the problem you need to solve for is getting rid of that zipper. Like, can you imagine me out there on the field, like, trying to fuss with a zipper? And I was like, no, they would never put up with that, so why are we?
Yeah, being a civilian, I've never been a police officer or in the military, but owning a firearm myself, there's a reason why at night I don't have it in the locked case. I don't want to have to fuss with it. I want it at the ready, per se. So that makes a ton of sense. You mentioned the 7 seconds that it may take to get to a weapon in a traditional purse. Have you done any test runs to kind of see, all right, how many seconds in the Zendira purse it takes to get to your firearm?
Well, that's a good question. The answer is no, I have not.
Okay, it's a show over. Show over. We've got no R&D. All right, go ahead.
No, that's actually supposed to happen in like 2 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're going out to the range and we're going to do that.
Okay.
But yeah, just waiting for those sample bags to come in that were supposed to be here 2 days ago. So I have nothing to show you right now, and I apologize, but they're no better than the ones I already took all the pretty pictures of and put on social media.
Got it.
Shop Zendira is the handle for everything.
Got it. Well, do you have an intelligent guess as to how long it would take to get a weapon out of your Zendira bags?
You bet I do. So on Instagram is a video of the model, and the model is actually she is a lieutenant in the Army. And so she brought her own weapon, and I showed her, I put it in and gave it to her. And in the video, you just see her going, whoosh, oh, and then she laughs. And you're like, yeah. Unfortunately, that video was taken down from TikTok, and I got my hand slapped. So I need to learn.
Did it hurt? The slap?
No. Kind of knew that was coming. I just want to push the line a little bit. But you got to know where it is, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, so soon.
Well, I would think that given we're blessed to have a number of police officers and officers' wives that listen or watch the show, it would seem to me, of course I'm a man so I know less, but it would seem to me that would be a great product for undercover female officers, wives of police officers that are in one way, shape, or form expected to carry, where you're probably not thinking, if you're a criminal, that there's a weapon at the ready in the purse. It's usually on the side, it's usually on the ankle, and so forth.
Yeah, absolutely. Part of the design of this was thinking about that clandestine service.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if anybody else has seen the movie Salt with Angelina Jolie, but it starts with this beautiful woman at a cafe, and of course she's Angelina Jolie, so double beautiful woman,
sure,
and also double beautiful cafe. But as she that she's got a weapon with her, and you're like, that's the way to carry, is that completely concealed version. And one of the key features of ours is we took the same material that Click Belts uses on their tactical belts, and we sewed it inside. So you are taking the holster you're already used to, Kydex, whatever works for you, and you are putting that in and clipping it in just like you are clipping it on your belt. So you're drawing from what you already know. That's why it's not that Velcro with the little elastic thing. Like, no, we want to use what we know and what we like. And so, yeah, we just incorporated that right into the bag. So they're a little bigger. You're not going to find a tiny bag, but also, how else are you going to carry your laptop? We've got 2 laptop bags under development. Like, I got to carry more than just what I carry.
Yeah, so there won't be any of those, little strapless purses that you take to the opera where you can hold your .44 Magnum.
I mean, yeah. But maybe not the first couple. We're actually naming them after the days of the week.
Oh.
So like Monday, Monday's the day you've got the presentation, you've got, you got your snacks, you got the whole thing in your bag. And by Friday, you need that evening clutch. So then, and I'm thinking Saturday needs to be like a tote bag for going to the farmer's market and that kind of stuff. And then, it's a good thing we patented this because I probably shouldn't be brainstorming here with you, but I like that idea. I also love the idea of doing range bags.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, I've never met an entrepreneur that's constantly thinking of new ways to to tweak their product. And for all those times, you're going to the farmer's market and an issue erupts. But actually, to get into serious mode, which I don't like to get into too often, unfortunately, and I've said this many times, some people agree with me, some people don't, but it's my opinion that safety is an illusion. That you're safe and then 1 second you're not. And it's not just simply with crime. You're safe 1 second and then all of a sudden somebody's stealing your identity. You're safe 1 second and then the next there's an earthquake or something. You're safe 1 second and then unbeknownst to you, 2 stands down at the Oranges, there's somebody that's upset about a former employer that decides to pull out a weapon. So having one conveniently in your purse doesn't sound like a bad idea to me.
No, and Ken, you're right, it's an illusion. And one of the things about like that first Monday bag is there's a top draw and there's a side draw. And so if you want to put on the top draw, more magazines, whatever you feel you need to be prepared in that situation, that's what we're here for. Like, no holds barred. I am here to protect women and empower them to protect themselves. And however I can do that, happy to.
Yeah, I love the story. I love every entrepreneur's story because there's always, and I mean, they say you shouldn't say always, so maybe I'll just say almost always, and this is no exception. There's a great story, behind the company and the product. Yeah, I could even see, but if you do this, I expect a royalty because my dad was a teacher, and most teachers are women. And with active shooter situations and so forth, I think that having one of those bags where you can carry all those papers that have F's on there for your stupid students, that you could also have a room for your firearm, because unfortunately we live in a world where that is the reality.
I mean, here at SHOT Show you see backpacks not only for adults, but for children with those plates in them. And if that doesn't stop you cold walking through SHOT Show, we have separated from humanity, because that is a moment when you realize children need a ballistic plate.
Yeah.
Or potentially need, in the illusion, in this beautiful illusion we live in where we are safe and secure. Like, that stops me, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, not to end on a downer, but that, but I mean, it's not about living in fear. It's about understanding the concern and preparing where you can for it. So this is usually my favorite part of the interview, where I ask, where can they find your product? But I know it's not quite out there yet. So instead of that, I'll ask for folks that are listening, watching, when can they expect to be able to access a Zendira bag in one way, shape, or form?
My answer right now is April.
Okay.
Yeah, and that'll be on Zendira.com. or Shop Zendira at all of the handles. But please keep reaching out to us. Like, we're getting access to such an amazing community. Like, even if there are negative comments, which sometimes there are, I don't have to reply. Like, the community itself is like, whoa, that is like, here's the data, here's the link. Like, it's an amazing community to be a part of, and I'm really grateful.
It sounds like we need to get you back on Public Safety Talk Radio in April.
Yeah, that's exactly how it sounded to me. Thank you. Good job, Ken.
Well, we're glad that you're on today. And we're glad that we're giving people a little bit of a sneak peek to not only what sounds like is going to be a great product, is going to be a very necessary product out there. So I really appreciate you joining us today, and I'm personally looking forward to hearing the Zendira story in April, May, and beyond.
Sounds good. Thank you.
That was a great story from Julie Willis. I can't stress how passionate I am and excited I get when I hear about these ideas to help law enforcement, to help first responders, to help wives of first responders, to help people that want to stay safe. Just an incredible entrepreneur story. I'm going to take this moment to do a quick commercial from the POCOA, because I want to let you know about the Public Safety Business Summit, because this is the passion. These are the types of ideas in moving businesses forward that serve first responders in some way, shape, or form that we're going to be talking about during the Public Safety Business Summit. Let's hear about it. It's time to get back to business in person. And if you run a for-profit or non-for-profit business that serves first responders, the Public Safety Business Summit is for you. The Public Safety Business Summit is a highly interactive event that is being brought to you by the POCOA in Savannah, Georgia from March 27th to the 29th, 2022. What you will find there is a wealth of networking and co-learning opportunities among like-minded professionals serving first responders. What you won't find is a series of boring speakers skilled only in the art of death by PowerPoint. In fact, there will be no speakers at all, just highly interactive panel discussions and deep dive small group conversations on topics that are relevant to growing your unique business. Learn more about the Public Safety Business Summit at policecreditunions.com/2022-conference. That's policecreditunions.com/2022-conference, or call 331-300-9889 to register. We look forward to welcoming you to Savannah in March. Again, if you're a business that serves first responders, I really hope you take a very close look about joining us for the Public Safety Business Summit. But I want to move on to another great business, a business called Sightron, who are also doing some great things for first responders. I had a chance to speak to Jeffery Penn, the National Sales Manager for that organization. Let's listen in. National Sales Manager, Jeff Penn. Jeff, I knew you were Jeff, but I didn't get the last name. We got Jeff Penn from Sightron here. Welcome.
Thank you. Good to be here.
Glad to have you here. So what are you thinking of the SHOT Show so far? Have you been getting a lot out of it?
This is actually my first SHOT Show as a exhibitor. I've been here before as kind of a customer, but so being relatively new to the industry, it's exciting. It's fun. It's good to see that people are getting engaged again, and I was not really expecting a real busy presence at the show, given where we're at and everything, but it's been really positive. We've had a lot of customers at our booth, and there's a lot of customers walking around, so it's exciting.
Yeah. So in other words, given that it's my first SHOT Show as well, you don't know what the hell's going on.
Yes, that is true.
I'm like, there's 5 levels of stuff, and like 8,000 different vendors to go to. But but the vendor that you work for, the provider, is Sightron. I got that correct? Tell us more about that.
So Sightron is a optics manufacturer. We're based out of Youngsville, North Carolina, which is just north of Raleigh. And we are the global distributor and manufacturer for a premium line of rifle scopes. So it's an interesting market. It's a crowded marketplace, but we're proud to have really excellent optics and excellent customer service.
Awesome. So, aside from the excellent customer service, because everybody says that they have excellent customer service.
I know, but ours is genuine. I mean, you call, you get to talk to someone that knows the product inside and out, that knows shooting inside and out, and knows rifle scopes inside and out, and we really jump through hoops to provide that excellent customer service. So we also do our own warranty work in-house in North Carolina, and we go to pretty extreme lengths. We'll even take a customer's scope out and take it to the range and shoot it just to make sure it's perfect. So
awesome. Do you work with a lot of police officers? Is it just individuals, consumers? Who do you work with? The departments in particular? All the above?
All of the above. We do offer a law enforcement and military discount, so that we do want to support the first responders and those that serve our country. But we cater to everyone. Anyone that wants to shoot, we've got products for, and we service and provide products for them. So.
Perfect. So what makes Sightron's products better than any other than the awesome customer service and your appreciation for law enforcement and military, which I do honestly and sincerely appreciate? What sets Sightron apart from other providers of the same or similar products?
Well, there's lots of great products out in the marketplace. There's no doubt about it. But we are the factory. So we've been around since 1993, so we're not new into the space. Sure. We started off as a joint venture company between a industry veteran and leader and a major Japanese optics manufacturer. And over the years, the Japanese optical company purchased the entire company. So we are owned by, well, we're a North Carolina company. We are owned by a Japanese manufacturer. And what that allows us to do is have influence over the product development, product design, and quality control. We QC all the products that come into our warehouse. We do it by hand. We take product in to our custom shop and service center, and we test everything to make sure that it's out of the box. It's good product. But having the ability to influence the factory is huge in product development, because we have special unique coatings and special product designs that no one else has. So for example, we have a exact track turret system where the product, as you adjust windage and elevation on your scope, it won't drift. Even at the most extreme windage and elevation adjustments, this exact track system holds tight.
Nice.
Yeah, and special, proprietary optics. We just came out with a new lens coating called an MC777. So it provides excellent color transmission and sharpness and clarity. So we feel like we have really great optics at a great price and very competitive with the market. So.
Awesome. Yeah, makes me want to go out and get one. But for all the folks out there that watch or listen to Public Safety Talk Radio, they want to check out your product, buy your product, learn more about your product. How best can they find Sightron?
Sightron.com, SIGHTRON.com. We've got a great website that's got a lot of product information on it, and also feel free, and we've got our phone number there. Feel free and give us a call, talk to us. We'll get y'all hooked up. We've got some new products coming out later in the summer, a 1-inch hunting line and some premium kind of short range and long range rifle scopes. So we're pretty excited.
Perfect. And if anybody has any questions at like 3 a.m. Eastern time, they can call you personally, Jeff?
Yes, absolutely. They can leave me a message.
All right, so leave Jeff a message, or better yet, go to Sightron.com. Check out these great products, especially if you're a veteran or a law enforcement professional. Yeah, as I continue to say, the entrepreneurial world, especially as it pertains to first responders, just blows me away. Love my conversation with Jeff at Sightron. And I had a number of other great conversations, a couple that I'm going to share with you right now. First, Scott Bennett from Missing Link Tactical, and a couple of gentlemen, Adam and John from CIA, which is short for Clothing and Armor. Real clever brand name, in my opinion. But let's listen to what's going on at Missing Link Tactical, and then shortly followed by Adam and John from Clothing and Armor. And let's hear more about what our great businesses are doing for first responders. I just want to tell everybody I found the missing link, and it's Missing Link Tactical, and Scott Bennett's going to tell us all about it. Scott, welcome.
Thank you very much, Ken. How you doing?
Good, man. Good. You know, even better now that we get to talk about Missing Link Tactical. So give us a little idea about what Missing Link Tactical does and how it applies to our great first responders out there.
Yeah, absolutely. So Missing Link Tactical, actually, how it came to be was, so my background is not law enforcement, but actually military. I was in special operations for about 10 years, got out, and I saw a lot of missing links in the tactical community and a lot of things that could be fixed. And so my first product that I invented and patented is a target stand that is completely universal, and it can hold anything from a 2x4 all the way down to a 1x2. It can collapse down to 9 inches, and it's only 3 inches tall. So when you're talking about universal application for law enforcement, whether it's border patrol, SWAT agents, anything like that, or whether they're using a static range or doing house clearance, being able to set up and tear down very efficiently and effectively without having to worry about a whole lot of space being taken up or anything like that. That's what I wanted to attack, because I know for me the largest pain of shooting is setting up and tearing down, right? No one ever really thinks about it until they're like, okay, we're going to take half an hour to set up because we only have 3 different types of stands that are all different types. Whether you're shooting steel or paper, have to go out and set up, tear down. It's just a pain, so I wanted to try to alleviate that process. So one of my buddies was like, man, you found a missing link. And I was like, oh, well, that's a good name. And so that's how Missing Link Tactical was born.
That's awesome. As an entrepreneur myself, I love these entrepreneurial stories, and you know what you were saying makes so much sense. I was actually talking to some of my dad's friends in Wisconsin a few weeks ago, and they were talking about hunting and how they decided to go out one day, and they were like thinking, well, it's the morning, we gotta put this on, we gotta grab these rifles, we gotta do this, that, and the other thing. And I said, why don't we just skip to drinking? But see, you made it easier for your folks to actually shoot, practice, do the thing that they want and need to do.
That's right. Yeah, do the thing they need and want to do, and obviously doing it safely, right? Yeah. But to be able to take an excuse out of the process, right? Because I've been in the same boat where it's like, man, I'd love to go out and shoot with the boys, but man, it's such a pain to get everything together, and then it takes up a whole bunch of room in the truck, and then you're trying to fumble around with everything, getting it set up, and when it comes to tearing it down, it never really packs the same way, right? So
you never get this stuff, back. I know from all my equipment here, it never goes right back into the bag or the protective seal or anything.
And you're like, I'll get back to it later.
Yeah. I got bars sticking out.
Yep, exactly. So that's what we at Missing Link are trying to identify as many missing links as possible as we can in the tactical community, and just make things better, because we've accepted things to be the way they are for so long. It's like, well, it doesn't necessarily have to be that way, right? And I've been very blessed and fortunate to have a lot of first responders and military help me along the way through testing and R&D. So we have, BORTAC, we have different SWAT agencies, DEA guys, Department of Energy guys, all, and different military backgrounds, Navy, Marine Corps, Army, that have all helped me along the way and tested the product and said, this is something that is going to bring a lot of the value to the market. And so it's very exciting to have a lot of support behind me. And
Awesome. Yeah, sounds like a great product and a great story. Did you just wake up one day and say, hey, this is the missing link, or is this something, over years and years, we're missing something, there's got to be a better way, how did this really come about in your mind?
It actually came about when I was getting ready for a camping trip.
Okay. I can see that.
Yeah. So I have 2 large dogs, and I was taking my significant other at the time out camping, and she wanted to learn how to shoot. So I was getting all the gear together, and I was like, man, we're running low on space with the dogs, her stuff, my stuff, and so I was like, man, I don't want to rely on making a makeshift target while we're out there. So I made the original prototype out of 2x4s in my buddy's driveway, and he had a background in the supply industry in the military, and he was like, man, where'd you come up with this? And I was like, I just thought about it, what makes the most sense, collapsing down. And he said, man, you should really patent this, and there's a lot of value in this. And from there, I shifted to a steel platform, but it grew originally from a camping trip.
Interesting.
And so again, he was like, man, you found a missing link, and I was just like, wow, that's clever. So
if it wasn't for that significant other that made you bring all that crap, this might not have come to fruition. Yeah. So do you give her credit?
I give her a little bit of credit. I give credit where credit's due. Thank you for helping me bring that idea to life. But
I won't ask you her name, but what if anything are first responders that use your product saying out there?
So first responders specifically, we have in the hands of Border Tactical Patrol in San Diego. They love how easy it is and how convenient it fits in their vehicle. And if they want to go out and to a range on the fly, that they don't have to, they can always be prepared. The stand fits easily into their vehicle, it doesn't take up a lot of space. They can just set it and forget it, and when it comes to use, they are able to use that. And then for our other guys that have it, for the storage capability, or the amount of space that it takes up is very, very small compared to other stands, so they're able to reappropriate space for other things that are more essential than having to have a bunch of space taken up by other stands.
Awesome. And I personally appreciate you mention our Border Patrol.
Yeah.
I'm remiss, in Public Safety Talk Radio, we talk about our police officers, our firefighters, even our EMTs and corrections officers and so forth. I don't often enough talk about our Border Patrol. They're doing a hell of a job, and it may be one of the most difficult jobs out there in law enforcement. So for those folks that are listening, my bad that I don't mention you enough, and we appreciate you. Just my stupidity, not because we don't appreciate what you're doing, because we really do. So to begin to wrap this up a little bit, what may be the biggest missing link that you've either noticed or maybe that you're working on taking care of right now?
So I will say I have some other ideas in the pipeline for coming out with new technology along the lines of collapsible setup and tear down for training, different training exercises, whether it's breaching or CQC. So it's going to be more geared in that arena next. I don't want to get too ahead of the put the cart ahead of the horse, but
we want guarantees and promises, Scott.
Right. Nothing's guaranteed. So, but that being said, I mean, we are starting to post updates on our social media, Missing Link Tactical on Instagram. So we'll be putting teasers up there here soon in the next couple months. But yeah, and then we'll also be showing video and pictures from this SHOT Show, which I'm very fortunate and grateful that you had me on here. I really appreciate it.
Our pleasure, and you probably already answered my last question with the Instagram plug, which is great, but how best, whether it's Instagram or otherwise, how best can folks either watching or listening to this episode find Missing Link Tactical?
Yeah, like I said, we're new on social media, but we are on Instagram at Missing Link Tactical, all one word. And then my email is on there. So if you're interested in checking out the products or the stands, you can reach out to me via email or shoot a message on that Instagram page. And but yeah, really appreciate you bringing me on again.
My pleasure. Yeah, great work. Great entrepreneurial story, and most importantly, thanks for your service, man.
Thank you, Ken.
Appreciate it.
Much appreciated.
I got my next interview here with the folks from Clothing and Armor. We've got Adam and John. Did I get that right? Adam, you're the CEO. John, you look out for Adam and make sure he doesn't screw things up.
Yeah, pretty much.
Awesome. Awesome. So Clothing and Armor with the cool acronym CIA. They're getting a lot of interesting looks out here at the SHOT Show. But welcome to Public Safety Talk Radio, guys. I really appreciate you coming here.
Thank you so much for having us.
Thanks for having us, Ken.
Awesome. So, I did a little bit of research on Clothing and Armor last night, and the thing that I found really interesting, which would be interesting for most of our audience, which is law enforcement, is that lightweight can be really effective. I think, what was it that I read, that 3/16 of an inch or something like that?
Yeah, so our level 3A,
Yeah.
it's actually 3/16 of an inch thick as far as our ballistic panel, and that our entire vest weighs less than 1.5 pounds. So it's pretty unbelievable, revolutionary in my opinion. We've been doing a lot of walking around and haven't seen anything like our product here at the show. There's over 80,000 products or people here, exhibiting, and it's pretty exciting. We're excited to come next year and set up our booth and show everybody what we have. But this year we're just kind of checking things out.
So you're doing some recon on the whole SHOT Show before you actually dip into the wallet to have a whole booth here.
Yep, exactly right. Just wanted to come in and check out what was going on and what people were, really motivated about, and we're excited to show everybody what we have.
Now that you blew our cover, Ken.
I think most people know that you're here. If not at the SHOT Show with those CIA shirts walking down the strip, you already told me about the looks that you were getting. So, and actually being a branding guy, did the CIA come first, or did you think of the Clothing and Armor name and you're like, hey, we could use the acronym CIA? That would be cool. John, you want to take that?
Yeah, the Clothing and Armor came first, and seeing the CIA acronym with it, and we decided to have fun with it, right? And it's become quite the brand, and like we were talking about earlier, it's been a head turner, especially here at the show. Back at home we get it, but now people are used to us. But here at the show, people, everywhere we walk, everywhere we go, turning heads. What's that? CIA? What?
Yeah.
So it's been a really cool brand to build.
Awesome. Well, who says, even as an entrepreneurial business in law enforcement for first responders, that you can't have some fun, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Do you have any fun back at the office?
Oh, none at all. No, it's all work.
So, getting into serious mode for a little bit, you have a great product. You're doing something needed and special for law enforcement out there, and I'm sure other first responders. Do you have any feel-good stories of somebody coming back to you saying, I use this product or that product, and I'm here today because of it, or it made a huge difference?
Yeah, so we've become we're a really new company. We started just about a year ago as far as launching our different product lines and things like that, but we've had a private security member that was used to wearing something that was about 4 times heavier than our product, and luckily he hasn't had to take around yet, but day to day he loves wearing our vest versus the old vest that is about 4 to 5 pounds, and the comfort and ease of getting into it and out of it, and just being completely undetectable wearing our vest he's just ranted and raved to everybody, about how much he prefers wearing our vest versus, the old, concealed carrier, concealed vest, I should say. But everybody that has seen our suit jackets and our flannels are extremely excited about our price point, where we are under the $5,000 mark. Our suit jacket, the level 3A suit, starts right around $3,500, to the wholesalers, and then, if you are looking to buy that directly from someone that's selling it, it's going to be still under that $5,000 mark. So we're really excited about our product line.
Yeah, we actually have a retired detective from a department, and she has been wearing our product nonstop. And we are about to launch. I'm letting the cat out of the bag a little early here too. The most comfortable women's vest we think on the planet. So we're so excited. She's been wearing that. She says this is the most comfortable vest I've ever worn in my life. The suit jacket is completely undetectable. You check out the website. He's wearing it. This is our model over here too, by the way. He doesn't just run stuff. He's a pretty face behind it too.
Yeah, I had to create our own company in order to become a model.
There's a story behind every entrepreneur and every small business, and that's it. He wanted to be a model. He wanted to look good. It's like, I got to come up with something.
I wouldn't say that was the reason for starting the company. That's just kind of how it all shook out, though.
Got it. So, well, let's go there. Yeah, all kidding aside, every entrepreneurial business, and I've already heard this literally about a half a dozen times just today. Yeah, there's a compelling story behind it. What's your compelling story? Was it something that happened? Was it a thought in your head? Was it just simply we could do this better? What was it?
Well, we actually weren't the originators of our company. So our partner, Drew Keys, he was the one that actually brought us and got us involved after he had been working on developing this product for over 10 years. He was a Secret Service member for Reagan and for Carter, and then he also did Marine Force Recon for 5 tours, and he just went through so many different situations where he wasn't able to wear anything that gave him any kind of protection, and that's where he'd said we need to come up with something for this. As we were going through the development and all that stuff, I randomly bumped into him through a mutual friend, and he asked me to come aboard and help him start building this. And then I connected with John and said, this is going to be a lot bigger than I ever imagined. I need some help. And that's how John got involved. So we've been involved for about 4 years now. Awesome. But our business partner has been working and developing this product for over 10 years.
Awesome.
Yeah. And during the development stages, we've been at the range where our pattern wasn't right, and it went through, and we've been laughed at, and
there's part of it.
But as serial entrepreneurs, right, we all own other businesses, including our owner, but that stuff motivates you, right?
Yeah.
That for us, your normal person's going to give up after that, right?
Yeah.
For us, it poured gasoline on the fire.
Yeah.
And
you just get pissed. Yeah. You're like, all right, we got to go back to the drawing board.
Yeah. Tell me I can't, and I'll show you I can do it, right? And that's our whole attitude. We have a great team. We back our law enforcement, first responder, military personnel. We do a ton of events with that, and we're loving this industry.
Awesome. So you kind of alluded to it when we were talking about the 3/16ths and the my words, not yours, the thinness of your product. There are a lot of safety products, out here, just here in the SHOT Show and beyond. If there was one thing or a sentence or a phrase that you would put out there and say, this is how we're different. This is how we're one level above, or even a quarter level above some other product you would use or some other organization you would go to, what might that be?
Well, I would say we're the lightest, thinnest ballistic material on the planet. From what I've seen, we smoke check everybody out there.
Yeah. We've seen a lot of competitors out here. We got them smoked.
Got it. Right. Well, then you better damn well have a booth here next year.
That's the plan. That's the plan.
That's the plan,
booth here next year.
So for our audience, whoever's watching, listening out there, how can they best find you? Whether it's a police department, even private investigators need this, security detail and so forth. How can they find CIA out there?
You can check us out at clothingandarmor.com. John and I both have our direct contact information there if you want to give us a call and ask any specific questions, or if you'd like some sort of customization done. We're here to help and support you guys and be the best for you.
Got it. So if you've got an idea or a need at like 4 a.m., the contact info is right there on the website. Just talk to Adam and John.
Email works the best at 4 a.m., Ken. but you know what? We will make custom orders to whatever you need. Some people are taller, some people like us are a little bit wider, right? So we have those custom
people
orders.
People are kind of bald, but that doesn't really go with the ballistic thing. But all right.
Well, awesome. Well, thank you so much for having us and showcasing our product and what we have to offer.
My pleasure. Great to have you here, and most importantly, really appreciate what you're doing.
Yeah, thank you so much.
We appreciate you too, man. God bless you.
God bless you. Thank you, guys.
Just a couple of awesome interviews. I'm going to need to get these guys back, much like Julie Willis from earlier in the show, and learn a little bit more on how some of these things are progressing. I actually had a chance to try on CIA's product later on in the day. I wish they had that with them when I had them on camera, but it is extremely light. Unfortunately, nobody shot at me, so I can't tell you exactly, how well it worked, but it definitely was extremely light. But let's get to the next interview, which was one of the final ones I had the pleasure of having at the SHOT Show in Las Vegas 2022. It was with Jamie McCormick at HighCom Armor, which is a really well-known and respected brand name out there. Let's listen to my conversation with Jamie.
I've got my next interview here. It's with Jamie McCormick of HighCom Armor, and we're going to talk about a lot of interesting stuff. But Jamie, welcome, man.
Hey, thanks a lot. Glad to be here. Thanks for having me.
Glad to have you. I hear from our friends at Talus Ridge that you guys have been doing some great things since 1997. Tell us more about it.
Yeah, great. HighCom's been in business for 25 years. This is our 25-year anniversary.
Nice.
And we're really excited about that. But we've been serving first responders, military, law enforcement, providing body armor, and all as a manufacturer for 25 years, and we're continuing to do it. Everybody shows up every day, even through COVID, and we're getting it done. And so we're really excited what we do. And our main goal and every day at work is everybody has a focus of saving lives, and that's what our products do. So we have a lot of different categories where we manufacture helmets, shields, soft armor, hard armor, and also we have a sew operation where we manufacture the carriers, all in our facility in Columbus, Ohio.
Columbus, Ohio, great city. Mitchell's Steakhouse, downtown, one of my favorite places. Go Ohio. But no, it's great what you do. I'm really pleased to hear you're celebrating your 25th anniversary. Do you have like a 25th anniversary shirt or hat that you can give me before you leave the interview?
It's all in marketing right now. They're creating all of the logos.
Where's marketing? Devin, you part of marketing?
But no, I think we're going to have a pretty cool challenge coin coming out too. We're working
awesome.
on. So, we just couldn't get it all done before SHOT Show. So, it snuck up on us.
Yeah, I can understand. Yeah, getting into serious mode for a little bit, which I don't like to do, but we need to every once in a while. One of the things that in doing some minor research on HighCom is you talk about the R&D that you're doing and how proud you are of the research and development to create a better product, a better product for first responders out there. Can you speak to that a little bit?
Sure, it's a constant in motion. We're fortunate to work with some of the best suppliers of raw materials, and they're constantly coming out with new materials that enable us to produce a lighter, thinner, higher performing solution, and that's in the soft armor, the hard armor, the helmets, so across the whole product line. So, and as far as the testing, as far as from R&D, from the idea of these solutions, all the way through, getting it out in our distributors' hands. It's a lot that goes into it, and that's part of my job, is to manage that process through working with the engineers, which engineers are hard to work with. They're a different breed, but we love them and got to have them, and they're very technical. So from getting it through that, and then through the testing and the NIJ certifications, if that's the route we're going to go with it. And we do a lot of testing with a lot of different rounds and a lot of different threat levels for whatever the solution's built for. And a lot of the demand comes from the end user or from the military or forum, where whoever has a certain need or a problem, then we'll solve it with our resources.
Awesome. Yeah, and no offense to all those engineers that listen to Public Safety Talk Radio. That one guy who happens to be an engineer that listens to Public Safety Talk Radio. When it comes, a lot of great points. One of them about the end user. What are the end users saying about HighCom Armor? Or maybe you have a really interesting story of one of those end users coming to you guys that ended up with a new product or a better product. Talk to that for a minute.
Yeah, it's body armor. For soft armor, the warranty is every 5 years. All of our NIJ certified hard armor plates have a 10-year warranty. So when we're doing an armor refresh with an agency, when it comes up time for them to procure armor from the end of the warranty period, or if it's a new requirement, they're amazed at the technology of the thinner, the lighter, higher performing. I hit 17 years in law enforcement, and I wore, back in the day, I'm 54, and I wore the old stuff, and I've seen it today, and it's just amazing, the capabilities. But it's one part of my job too is to deal directly with agencies for filling a requirement. If it doesn't go out to one of our partners, or if I'm handling with it, just helping them build a kit that's specific to their need and their agency, and based on their geographical region, what's going to work best for them. But in armor, it's kind of a push and pull, where you have price, you have performance, and you have the weight of the product. You can't have all three, so you have to kind of manage all of those to come up with the right solution. And we normally can achieve that with our product line for anybody, for any situation.
Yeah, my guess is stuff has gotten a little bit lighter since the days that you were working in law enforcement.
Yeah, I actually have, and that's not that. I've got out in 2013, so just a lot has really changed, and it's constantly changing. It's amazing with our partners like DSM, Honeywell, and DuPont, and a bunch of others, the products that they're bringing out, which are enabling us to do this. And a lot of it comes in testing. We're shooting a lot of armor, and then it's back to making adjustments to the pack that we put together, and then once we're happy with it, then it goes off to certification if that's the route we're going to take it. So a lot of some of the things that aren't certified, there's just not a demand for. It might just be a special need, or is for a higher end team. But we have all of that goes through approved laboratories, tested to a certain standard, or tested to the standard that they wanted it to defeat, and so it's really interesting, and it's a lot of as far as working with the agency, it's a lot of getting the right information from them, as far as what exactly that they want, and being able to put it together for them.
What's your favorite product that HighCom comes out with?
I love the plates, the new lightweight in conjunction with plates. We have the standalone plates, which can run by themselves to defeat the rounds, and then the in conjunction with plates are the plates that will have to run in conjunction with soft armor to defeat the certain rounds. Just the thin, we've got plates that are under 2 pounds, and running with the 3A soft armor. It's just amazing. Stopping rifle rounds. So it's enabled, instead of agencies or officers that want to armor up for rifle threats, not just when they know the threat's there or they have information and then they arm up, but it's enabled them to wear and have rifle protection the entire shift.
Nice.
Because you're for under 4, 3 pounds or just 3.5 pounds it's adding to their kit is not a whole lot.
Sure.
When you overall what you're looking at versus adding 16 pounds or something like that.
Does it make you want to get back on the force?
No, not at all. Not today's environment. Today, if I had to make, I'd be a firefighter. I think.
yeah. Put all that stuff on, and the fire usually doesn't shoot back. But last question that I have for you is for those folks either watching or listening to this episode of Public Safety Talk Radio. How best can they find you in HighCom Armor out there?
Yeah, just go to our website. We have a lot of resources on our website, which can direct you how to buy. All of our product pages have spec sheets to them, so you can get the product specifications right on the website. All of our resources, and then as far as locating dealers that are in your area, or just give us a call. We'll put you put you with the right people, or we'll take care of it ourselves, or whatever we need to do to take care of you and your agency. And that's for all. I mean, I was joking about firefighters, but in the last couple of years, there's been a huge demand from fire agencies, EMS agencies wearing body armor, and I think I think that trend's here, just the nature of the world we live in today, and that's just the way it is. But check out our website. There's a lot of resources and information. Give us a call. And if you have if you're an agency, watching this, and you have a unique requirement as far as a project that you're working on or something, give us a call. We're happy to entertain those. We have the resources to take care of it.
Awesome. Yeah, it's unfortunate that EMTs, firefighters would have to need them, but that's the environment that we live in, and I appreciate you and HighCom Armor doing what you do, doing a great job protecting our first responders out there. And most importantly, thank you for your service.
Absolutely.
Appreciate it. Thanks for coming on.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
So many great conversations. I had obviously a number of them on tape. I had even more off camera and off recording that created connections that I'm going to be able to share with you over the next few weeks, months, possibly even years. I have at least half a dozen interviews from connections that I made at the SHOT Show of amazing people that are doing great things for law enforcement, firefighters, first responders, all public safety professionals. So really appreciate Talus Ridge. The last thank you for these particular shows on having me there. That was so awesome. It was such a privilege. Love what they're doing. Enjoyed my conversations with everybody at the SHOT Show. And for those folks that are watching or listening to this show that want to be able to make connections like that, and you don't want to wait till the next SHOT Show in 2023, then take a very close look at the Public Safety Business Summit, because that is the primary goal, is to connect like-minded individuals, for-profit, not-for-profit, credit unions, small business, podcaster, that are supporting first responders out there to get together, to collaborate, find out how they can support each other's businesses and grow each other's businesses through the support of our first responders out there. So take a very close look at that. We are about 70% at capacity, so there's still some room, but don't hesitate because we're coming up on it very fast. Feel free to send me an email directly if you want to register or have questions. My email is kbator, BATOR, at policecreditunions.net. So thank you again for watching or listening to part 2 of our great interviews from the SHOT Show. And we'll be back with you next week with our regular format and, as usual, another great guest. Public Safety Talk Radio is produced by the POCUA. POCUA is a consortium of financial institutions serving law enforcement as well as other first responders and public safety professionals. To learn more more about our association and to find one of our credit unions or service providers near you, go to www.policecreditunions.com. And always remember, if you aren't working with one of our POCUA credit unions, you're just banking with an institution that just so happens to serve first responders. As a public safety professional, you and your family deserve better. Find a POCUA credit union today.